Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are all over the world. My name is Bolanle Enang, and you are welcome to today's episode of Family Life series with Bolanle Enang. Today earlier, I was reading a book and I was thinking about the descriptions that we give ourselves when we introduce ourselves to people. And I found out that, I've introduced myself in very interesting ways over the years. And today's introduction is going to be that I'm Bolanle and I'm passionate about families. I love families. I really want to see families become the strongest version of themselves. I think that's good enough. What do you think? So tell me in the chat box who you are and where you are watching from. This is Family Life series. It's a bit cold here in South Africa. We are in autumn, but obviously winter is definitely rushing in on us. All right. Okay. I've got a very interesting topic, something I'd like to share with you. Oh, before I do that, look at this. You see, I've got this bunch of flowers, beautiful, right? From, guess, my neighbors. It was my birthday in the week, and we weren't around, and then my neighbors had organized. I've got the best neighbors in the world, believe me. And I got these flowers from them. So give it up to my neighbors wherever you are. I hope you have the kind of neighbors that I do have because my neighbors are super excellent. All right. So I just thought I should share that with you. So thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. What is today about? It's about life lessons from holidays. Ladies and gentlemen, I went away on holidays with the family, and it's been ages. I promise you, it's been ages that we've gone on holidays. And we had this opportunity to go and join and have fun together. I'm always talking about holidays and things like that. I love holidays. I really think that um, spending time with family is such an important thing. It's such a gift. It's something that we can really do a lot from it. But I mean, for the last 4 years or so, we've not had the opportunity to do this as a family. So somehow God made a way for us and provided, and we were able to go away on a holiday. But I learned a lot about myself. Are we ready? Number one thing I learned. So, like I said to you earlier, it was my birthday, and we thought, okay, why not? So we did go, and I had my own expectations. I don't know if you're like me, but it was March when I realized I feel like it's October. Like, that tiredness you feel in the year where you are just like, you're done. You know what I mean? Like we say in South Africa, I'm just done. I can't. We like saying that. I can't. I'm done. So I felt like I was done and I can't, and I decided, okay, the kids are on holidays, let's go. What I didn't clarify, and I guess with my husband, is what were my expectations. Yes, I said one or two things that I really wanted to happen, but I'm not sure that I was very clear on how much this meant to me. And so if you are like me, can I just arrange this here? It feels like all over the place. Thank you. Thank you for that. And can I arrange this one too? I'm that I'm the auntie that is very chilled, but I also like things in order. But what I didn't do, like I was saying earlier, is I didn't clarify my expectations. If you're like me and you think that people should be able to read your mind. People should be able to know exactly what you want. I mean, after all, big deal, people. You should know that Bola wants this. And then you go away and you become frustrated or angry, or even worse than how you felt before you left for holidays. It's sometimes because we haven't clarified what is it that I want. Yes, a holiday is a getaway, but remember, it's not just your moms and dads, it's your children, it's your husband or wife or family or whoever it is you're taking with. And even when you're going by yourself, unmet expectations can actually just dismantle or literally just destroy your holidays. So for me, because I wasn't clear and I did not really verbalize that, look, I want A, B, C, D, or I would like us to achieve A, B, C, D during the holidays, I really got upset and really frustrated. That's one. Two. So unmet expectations, clarify what it is that you are looking for, both externally and internally. And to be honest, this goes through everything in life. So it's not just holidays. So I'm going to use the holidays as like an analogy for life, for our desires, for the things that we want. And I'm going to go into something very deep during the course of this talk. And it's about even unmet expectations in terms of how we expect to be treated. We'll talk about that. That's a very heavy one, but I like to start with the lighter ones. Okay. So internally also decide, what am I going to do during these holidays? You don't just, the fact that you're on holidays doesn't mean that everything is going to change. Just the same way we always encourage each other, the fact that you're now married does not mean that everything is going to suddenly change. Life is not just going to change because you've changed your name, you've changed your address, you've changed, you're now, for example, I was Okeome and I became Enan. So what? It doesn't mean that everything is going to change. You need to check with yourself. What am I looking for? What am I expecting? And people are not mind readers. So this specifically for marriage, I want to encourage you, husbands and wives. It's so critical that we check with each other. What is it that my spouse is expecting from me? What is it that my spouse wants from me? And what am I expecting from them? Gosh, guys, the way I love romance and I love romantic books. So I became very dedicated in my walk with God very early in my life. So I didn't read Mills and Boons. Yes, Mills and Boons was very graphic, and I'm like, no, I'm born again. I can't read those kinds of things. But I read Heart Songs. Heart Songs was a milder version of, the Christian version of Mills and Boons. But can I tell you, what we consume, we become. On this particular holiday, I also was reading a romantic book, by the way. If you haven't read this book by Mrs. Jumoke, I don't know, you need to go get it for yourself. It's called Beyond Your Dreams. Or is it Beyond My Dreams? It's on my Beyond My Dreams. Oh, guys, amazing book. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hope that book wins an award. I love books, and she wrote such a great book. Now, I was reading that, and somehow I was hoping that why can't my husband just be like this guy, Canis? When you read the book, you know what I mean. I just felt somehow my expectations for romance were heightened. Okay, you can say, oh, Bola, you're just living in the world of fantasy. I get that. I get that. But have you ever felt sometimes that, look, I deserve, like that shining, that 19 shining armor? That's the word. I want this also for myself. Why can't this happen to me? Have you ever felt that way before? Okay, many times we want certain things, but we're not clarifying those things. And I found that a lot in marriage. That has happened to me on many occasions, even in the workplace. I expect my boss to understand how I'm feeling. I expect my children to get what mommy is looking for. I expect my husband to understand how I feel about things. And it doesn't always happen that way. So I have gone on and on about clarify your expectations, both externally with the people that you are in relationship or dealing with, and internally with yourself. Number 2 lesson I learned. Oh, this one just blew me away. So, context. I love water. I am a beach girl. I live in a city that is landlocked. There's no, except for the swimming pools and all of that, there's nothing like that here in Johannesburg. So he has to go to the East Coast. Now, guys, drove 8 hours away from home. I need you to understand this. 8 hours. Went to one of the most beautiful places in KwaZulu Natal. All right. The beach was 10 minutes away from where we stayed. Bola didn't go to the beach until we were going back home. Now, let me tell you why I didn't. This one shook me when I began to reflect. Reflection is important for transformation. A lot of us don't sit down to think and reflect on our lives and sit down to reflect on, why am I reacting this way? Why am I doing things this way? Why am I reacting to my spouse, my children this way? We don't sit down to think, why am I not making that move? Why am I not taking the risk? What is going on with me? Now, can I tell you, I didn't go to the beach because I wanted my husband to go with me. My husband does not necessarily, like the beach is like, okay, great, wow, okay. But for me, the beach is where I relax. The beach is where I'm, like, it's such a big thing for me. There are things that are big deals for you. They are not big deals for the person on your side that you're in relationship with, husband or children. If you're a groupie like me, I don't know if maybe it's because I deal with teenagers. I'm a youth pastor also. Maybe, okay, let's not blame my profession. Let's just focus on me. Why didn't I go to the beach? It was 10 minutes or less. I was looking at the beach from where we stayed and I didn't go. Why? Because nobody else was like excited about it like I was, and my husband was busy with other things, and I was like, how can you be busy with other things? Da, 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 da. Listen, I did not go. What is important to you? Can you please, for Pete's sake, for the sake of the Lord and your own self, go ahead and fulfill your own dreams? What are those things that you would like to do? Do them. Do them. Don't wait for people to validate you. So that's something I noticed about myself. I wasn't willing to take the risk until somebody else was going to go with me. Why? In your marriage, maybe you're the one that likes the flowers, you're the one that likes the books, you're the one that likes whatever. What is the lens, okay? What is the lens, all right, with which you're looking at things? Can you just go ahead and fulfill your own dreams, the things that are important to you? If integrity is critical for you, why are you waiting for somebody else to think that, oh, we must have integrity? Go for it. I was so unhappy with myself because I didn't step out and enjoy myself the way I know to enjoy myself. For me, my spouse, he enjoys himself by watching movies or series and those kinds of things. That's not it for me. But I was so pouting, so angry that he wasn't wanting to enjoy himself the way I wanted to enjoy myself. Ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and do what it is that rejuvenates you, that strengthens you. For some people, it's a cup of tea. For some people, it's nature. For some people, it's books. Whatever lens it is that works for you, please go for it. I think that many of us in marriage, in relationships, as parents, this is family life series, right? I want to juxtapose that with this. I think that many of us, we lose ourselves in marriage. Maybe your wife's way of relaxation or love or affirmation or is nature, flowers, and maybe the husband's own is reading books. Now we want to change them and say, no, you must now start enjoying life by reading books. Books are great. Nature is great. But the fundamental person, we need to accept ourselves and then enjoy life from our own lenses. I love theater. I love I love art. I'm a creative. I was a professional actress as a young child. I've not gone to watch theater. I think I saw it once since I moved there 13 years ago. Sometimes we find that you are changing, you're frizzling out, you're not who you are. It's because you yourself have decided that this is how you want to become. I want to encourage you, moms and dads, and I think that moms, for us, because we're busy running everywhere helter skelter, we do not take time to fill our own time. For me, I read all the time. My goodness, like that's the way. If you want me to relax, take me to the beach and give me a book. I'm done. For somebody else, it is nature. Go for it. Another person, it's movies. Please do it. And then, same thing with your children. Find out what it is that they enjoy. I wanted to force my kids to take a walk with me to the lake. To come see. My kids are like, Mom, they said there are hippos here. We don't want to go. And I got very angry with them, very irritated. Why doesn't everybody want to enjoy this holiday the way I want to? I'm not sharing this because I just want to tell you about my holidays. My reflections have made me realize that many times we want things done our own way. And then we shrivel the other person. Can I even take this deeper? This is where abuse also comes in. A lot of people then begin to want to control the other person. And you can say, of course not. I will never control my spouse. Really? Can I tell you what I did? Oh gosh. I got very upset. I used wrong words. I was furious with my husband because I had expectations that I expected him to understand. And I thought I was now not enjoying this the way I wanted to. Now, who stopped me? Nobody. And then I just went into rage. Oh, you can say, oh, Bola, I will never do that. I get that. I understand you. I do. But that's how a lot of people say, I will never abuse my spouse. I will never do this to my children. Listen, be very careful. Catch yourself. I wasn't proud of myself. Oh gosh. I said things that honestly, I think they're unforgivable. And maybe for you, you have begun to do things that are unforgivable. Maybe you don't have the kind of grace, to quickly catch yourself and say, look, I'm sorry about X, Y, and Z. I want to encourage you today. Catch yourself. I got back at my younger self saying to me, why do people stay in abusive relationships? How are people killing their spouses? I know it's tough. And she was saying, why can't they just leave? I've been in environments where I should never have allowed myself to be in, and I stayed. And maybe God has allowed me to go through that so that I can understand. Look, people in abusive relationships, can I just talk to you for a minute? And if you know people in abusive relationships, so in my case, I thank God that my husband is very supportive. Maybe yours is not, is there for me. And when I was going through this, it was more work, but you can juxtapose it. You do not deserve to be mistreated. If a guy, single ladies, slaps you, take your bag and walk out of that relationship. He will kill you. And killing is not just somebody takes you die. Your emotions, your person, you can see I'm not smiling today, right? Your person can be killed. If somebody is speaking to you in ways that you see, this is why even I had to catch myself. Some of us are saying to ourselves, no, what will people say? Who cares about people? And who are people? Do you know what people are going through in their own lives? Don't be deceive. And I think that for a lot of people, you've not heard people's stories. On Instagram, you see people just taking pictures. Oh, to my day one, to my one and only. You're like, why can't my life just be like that? Can I just tell you? Sometimes these things are Photoshop. I know a lot of people are happy. I'm happy. But dude, babe, have I been unhappy in my life? Of course. I'm just sharing with you about holidays and what happened during our holidays, right? I'm encouraging you today. Please and please, if you find something wrong in your relationship, can you shout? Can you look for a counselor? Can you speak to someone? If you find that the people around you, your parents, are not helping, can you please find professional help? Can I also then talk to the abuser? Some of us, you've grown up under amazingly horrible conditions. But I read in that book by Mrs. Ade Noel, she said, the character that was saying, must your background become your God? I just said to myself, Burnley, this is a word in season. If you find that there's something just wrong with you, based on where you're coming from, do not ignore. Deal with it. What you do not deal with will deal with you. Do you understand? You, the abuser. How on earth can anybody, any human being, tell their own children to beat up their mom or to cane them? I read that online, and I'm hoping that story that I read is not true. So let's say for a moment, it's mind-boggling, but it's true. How do you do that? Can't you see, you, the abuser, that there's something innately wrong with you? That you are not just destroying your spouse, you are also destroying the future of your children. Psychologically, how do those children understand authority? How can they ever respect their mother or even love the father that has made them do this? You beat your spouse in front of your children. You shout at your spouse in front of your children. You swear in front of your children. And when they grow up and they do what, you're like, where did you learn that from? From you. From you. So I'm not coming here to act like, oh my gosh, I'm just over. There is nobody who is perfect, but please, you see there's something wrong, deal with it. Please. Moms and dads. I feel very passionate about marriages and family because I know that marriages, relationships, families especially, are the bedrock of society. You cannot say, oh, I'm religious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry does not cause some psychological wounds. Get help. Get help. And for those who are saying, oh, I can't tell people what my husband is doing, I can't tell people what my wife is doing, can I just tell you, the day we put you in the morgue, it's over. You know those who will suffer, your close ones, your brothers, your sisters, your children, your loved ones. If you really love your spouse, if you really love the people around you, do you know what you're going to do? You will expose evil and you will tell the truth. I know it's hard. I know people are always wondering, everybody looks so happy. How can I be the only one who is saying so? Listen, you need to make sure that your love language is truth. Choose to yourself, choose to your family, choose to the person that you're in a relationship with. Get help. And the last thing that I then learned in during the holidays is life is about perspective, which is why I brought this, class. How are you seeing? What are you seeing? What lens are you using in your family life? Who is the center? So today, write out your own, what you desire for your home. Write out the things that you know you desire for your life and go for it. Habits are not formed, boom, overnight. Habits are outcomes of process. So I want to encourage you. I had to say to my husband, I'm really sorry for the things that I said to you. I should never speak like that to you, no matter how upset or angry I am. And I made up my mind, God helping me, that I can see that when I'm upset, I say things that are wrong. So what do I do now? Bola, it's about my inside. What is that unmet expectation? What is the hurt? What is that thing that bothers me? That then I drive myself to an edge and I say things that I shouldn't. So for you today, you who would watch this episode, where are you going to make changes? What is your lens going to be? Is it going to be how other people's families are? Or is it going to be what you believe God has graced you for and God has put in your life for your spouse and for your children? As I round off, check your lens. Check what you are using to measure success in your home. Also, check how you are also living your life. How are you living life? Is it based on society? Or is it based on what you know is right, your core values, the things that God has put within you? We can't have highly effective marriages without love and respect, without connecting. Smart parenting is nothing. I want to encourage you. Go for it. Clarify your expectations both from yourself and for yourself. Love yourself enough to know what you desire. Speak out. Check your lenses. What lens am I using to judge the success of my family? So that's it from me today on this episode, Life Lessons from Holidays. I hope that the things that I said today will encourage you to go ahead and go out and make the best of your home for your family. I pray that God will bless you. I pray that God will bless our families. I pray that our families will become stronger, connected, loving. That all our family members, children, spouses, parents, brothers and sisters will be able to find rest and peace in the homes that we're building. My last point today is a wise woman or man builds his or her home, and a foolish man or woman with their hands tear it down. Who are you, wise or foolish? I've seen my foolishness and I've decided wisdom is better than foolishness. As I go, remember, families are to be enjoyed and not endured. Make the investment in your homes, and one day your entire family will be glad that you came. I love you. I really do. And I want to encourage you, keep going, and God bless you. Have a fabulous, fabulous week ahead. Happy Easter in advance, and see you on the next episode. Bye. Bye-bye. All right.